People, what's up? How you all doing? Welcome back to an interesting video. It's coming from HL Talk That Talk. No, HL Talk That Thought. Okay, it's titled "She Instantly Regrets Divorcing Her Husband and She Gets a Taste of Equality, Women Hitting the Wall." We know how women react when they go to court. They drag their ex-partner to court, and then the court realizes that no, we are not getting child support from him, we are getting child support from you. And then their face change, their reaction changes. You know, when women are asked to pay for child support, the reaction is usually very different. But we're going to be hearing this woman's story, how she reacts to having a taste of equality. Okay, before we dive into it, I'm Oge. Welcome to the channel. If it's your first time here, super happy to have you here. Do well to like, share, subscribe, turn on the post notification bell, drop in the comment section what you think about this entire story. Okay, let's dive straight into it.
Pay him alimony or child support. It's like, life's not fair. It should not be this hard to live in this country. And I'm drowning, and I'm not the only one, and...
Welcome back, family. Today, we will review another woman who decided to divorce her husband, but then gets shocked when she is ordered to pay alimony and child support. It's well known that men go through this BS all the time, but watching women complaining about the equality they asked for is hilarious. So, before enjoying the sweet's tears, let's listen to our funny famous attorney who will share his experience when dealing with these women ordered to pay alimony.
I think that men and women have different problems post-divorce, and the world could be better to both of them. I think that I have some women who you know, I've done their divorce, and whatever guy is with them is going to be very lucky because they're beautiful, they're smart, they're good moms, but they're also, you know, vibrant, exciting women.
Now they're loaded.
And they've got money now. Yeah, they've got money. They don't have as much financial insecurity. Although I have to tell you that, you know, it's the last remaining feminist taboo. I got a lot of women paying alimony these days. I mean, you know, women marry the, like, handsome musician who's not successful, or the artist, you know, like, there's a lot, listen, it hasn't been, you know, there's been a significant effort in our culture in the last decade, if anyone didn't notice, to improve the situation of women. If you have an equally qualified man and an equally qualified woman, the woman's the diversity hire, the man's not. So I have a lot of women who when they get told, like, oh yeah, no, you gotta give him half your shit. Or, oh no, you gotta pay alimony, because he makes 50 grand a year and you make 250. And they're like, you know, they could be the staunchest feminist in the world, and when you tell them they gotta pay alimony, they're like, whoa, 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 he's a man. He's got a strong back, he can get out there and work. And then suddenly the whole, like, gender is a construct and there's no such thing, that goes right out the window when you get told you got to pay alimony. That's like, nope, no. I believe in strict gender roles. Men should pay alimony. Women, even if you earn 10 times, you should not have to pay alimony. I've had very, very staunchly feminist clients who changed their mind about how feminist they were when they got told that they were going to have to pay alimony.
Women only scream equality when it benefits them. They literally treat life like a buffet. They want all the power, benefits, and rewards without any responsibility. That's why, as men, we always have to make sure that we take charge and lead the women around us. Because when it comes to it, the consequences will always fall on our shoulders. Now let's dive into our girl's divorce story.
Okay, this video is going to be more of like a rant and just like probably a little bit TMI, but my divorce girlies are going to know what I'm talking about. So when I was married for 13 years, and I like 100% supported my ex-husband in like the startup of his business. Like, I created his LLC. I did all of these things. I pushed him to go to his taxidermy school. I made sure that he had a business. I picked the start date. I made the Facebook page. I did all of the things for him. And in the background, I was building my own business and working full-time. Fast forward several years later, and we decided to get a divorce. Things just didn't work out. The why doesn't matter, but what does matter, and what I'm really struggling with right now, and I'm sure that I'm not alone, is that I was the breadwinner, right? He was a small business owner, so tax returns, you know, write-offs, all the things. And I worked full-time, W-2, making over 6 figures a year. So when it came down to time for our divorce, even though the reasons of the divorce were not my fault fully, no, I shouldn't say that. I'm just as much to be held accountable for the divorce as him. Anyways, because I made the majority of the money on paper, I was required to take all of the debt in my divorce or pay him alimony or child support.
Wow.
And quite frankly, you got me f***ed up. Because I ain't no motherfucker. So I willingly took all of the debt. And 100% am supposed to pay for all of the kids' activities and all of the things, which I do. And like literally everybody in my life told me not to do that. And I thought, it's fine, I've got it, I'll be able to handle it. Everything's fine, I'm gonna be able to do it. And here we are, like 2 years out, and I'm literally f***ing drowning. I quit my job to take my business full-time last year, and it was really not, I didn't really want to quit. I really wasn't financially ready to quit, but I had missed so much work because my oldest son had, you know, been hospitalized for his mental health a couple times, and then my daughter with her diabetes, and I was a sales commission job, so my customer service score was dropping. So it was like a mutually agreeable, like, okay, we're gonna see you later type deal with my full-time job, and I am just like, I'm f***ing drowning in debt. And like, I get calls every single day. Like, hey, you owe us this money, and hey, you owe us this money. And I'm like literally just trying to pay my rent. And I'm not asking for anything unless you like want to join my coaching programs. Like that would be great. But like, I'm not asking for you to like Venmo me money. I'm venting because I'm so frustrated because it's like life's not fair. And I know that. And I'm not going to like sit in victim mentality, but like, it should not be this hard to live in this country. And I'm drowning, and I'm not the only one, and I gotta go to my daughter's basketball tournament. Okay, bye.
Her situation is very light compared to what most men go through in their horror divorce stories. Most men lose more than half of what they've been building their entire life. Most men don't see their kids as much as they would like after a divorce. Most men are ordered to pay alimony and child support even after they've lost their job. That's why the marriage rate is plummeting in the West. The risks far outweigh the benefits in marriage, and men don't want to be part of it anymore. Women are the first to say no on updating the family court laws. We can all see how they are fighting against the mandatory DNA test bill right now. That just shows you how nobody really cares about how men are being exploited through the system for financial gain. So, fellas, know your worth and protect yourselves at all times because nobody is really coming to save you. To the women who watch my videos in good faith to learn about how men think, I want to tell you that you are exceptional, and I wish you all the best in your journey. I know that my message is very harsh on women, but I want you to know that my message is primarily to help men make better choices in life. And to my fellas, you already know the message. Keep your head up, focus on your goals, and everything else will follow. I wanted to give a special thanks to all of you for supporting this channel and the message we are trying to send to the world.
Okay, I think I've had enough of that. Since he's talking to his fellas, he's talking to his men, I'm not really against what he's saying, because to be honest, who is going to speak for the men? A lot of men are going through a lot, and nobody is speaking to them. Nobody is supporting them. Nobody is helping them. A lot of the men would be in worse situation than these women, and nobody will help them because they are the men. They are the man, or he's the man, right? So he is talking to his fellas, which I have no problem with, but he's a bit too harsh on the women, to be honest, okay? But let's talk about this woman's situation. We look at it well. She got married to a man when a man who was not financially capable. She helped the man actually rise up, and she became the breadwinner in her family. Now, I want to ask you as a woman, how long do you think you can be the breadwinner of your family? I'm not saying it's not good to support your partner. I'm not saying you shouldn't support your partner when they are down. I mean, there are times like that in marriage, right? Of course, there are times when they are married, their husband is usually the provider, major provider of the home, and then something happens to his job or his work, and then the woman has to support, sometimes full-time for a while. But you taking on that responsibility, you helped him with his business, you took him back to school, you did everything for him. How long do you think you will be the breadwinner of the family? Women are not called to lead, though. I'm telling you, women are not called. You have so much responsibility as a woman that to be taking on huge financial responsibilities in the home. My opinion. Right? So I feel like I'm not going to say, oh, she's right or she's wrong. I'm just saying that as a woman, I'm not saying that you should not support your spouse, but taking on the major responsibility right from the onset of your marriage, taking on the major responsibility. I'm an African woman, okay? We are called to soft life. It is not, my parents will not even give me, marry me off to a man who cannot financially take care of his home. Even if I have my own money, my parents won't even support such marriage. So in an African setting, in normal African setting, the women are called to soft life. In fact, there are some homes where the women don't even contribute any financial, nothing, they don't contribute anything financially, just the man. Right? So men are actually called to actually be providers. Not saying that you should not support your husband or your spouse when you should. There are sometimes that you just do things because, oh, this man is doing a lot, let me just support, right? And then you support. You have so much responsibility to herself. So she was building the man and building herself as well, which I think was very smart of her. She didn't leave herself to build the man. She built the man and was building herself. Now, after 10 years, because I don't think you as a woman, because it's not your natural responsibility, right? So you will get tired. You will get tired and exhausted. So the marriage panned out for 10 years, 13 years. And then she was like, it wasn't going to work. She didn't tell us why, but of course, that is a major, And then she was asked to pay alimony or clear off some debt. And 3 years down the line, she is still drowning because she has kids. She mentioned one is in the hospital, has a mental health situation. Mentioned her daughter has diabetes, so she has a lot going on for her. So I would say, I don't know. I don't know. So I'm just talking to my ladies. Since he was talking to the guys, I'm just talking to young ladies like me. I don't think it is wise to settle with a man that cannot cater for the family financially, even as a woman. I mean, I'm just talking as an African, as a Nigerian girl. I mean, you have your own money, of course. You're taking care of yourself. You're educated. You can handle your things yourself. But you shouldn't settle with a man who, let me just say, let me not put it that way because it will look like as if I'm just after the money. But I think, money is very important in any relationship, in any marriage. Money is a major, in fact, it is very important. As much as you love the person, money is very important. We can't start acting as if it is not important. Oh, you want to be with the man because of the money. So am I going to use your love to pay for light or pay for water or pay for things that should be done in the house? No. So it's not a woman's responsibility, to be honest. All those ones, I built the man, I took his it's good, but when a man cannot financially support you, then there's a problem. Okay, that's why you run into issues like this. And as much as he's supporting his guy, because men are going through worse situations, and a lot of times I'm like, oh my gosh, who is speaking for this man? Like, who? He even said that some men are asked to pay for child support, alimony, even when they don't have jobs. So you must actually provide that money, whether you have a job or not. You must provide that money, and it's usually not a small amount of money. The situation of a man that actually committed, actually unalived himself because he was asked to pay a very chunky amount of child support. A Nigerian man, I think in the US, I can't remember the story. So it's usually a lot on the men. So now that the men are wising up, I'll say the ladies too should level up, okay? Look and settle with somebody that you both agree on important situations like money, like family, like children, like major things. Make sure you are settled that before you now decide to go down, because forever is a long time. People that get divorced, it's usually not funny. We see women coming out, even men. Some men, they come out of these things and they're like, I'm not doing it again. It's not easy. Marriage is not a bed of roses. Yeah. So it's not, and it's not usually black and white. Some situations, yeah, it's gray on some side, so you cannot use another person's own to compare your own. So just do what works for you, okay? But I really love to know your reactions to this story. What are your thoughts concerning this story? The men's perspective, this woman's story, and the lawyer's story, okay? The judge or the lawyer's story. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this. Do well to like, share, subscribe, turn on the post notification bell. I'll see you in my next video. Bye-bye.